Wake that up.
LA's #1 hip-hop morning show is Nick Cannon Mornings on Power 106.
Nick Cannon Radio, it is time for up close and personal conversations. And usually I say I'm so honored and all of this stuff to whoever I'm about to introduce. But I say this with so much sincerity and honesty when I say that it is truly an honor to sit with someone that I look up to, that I admire, a true legend and fixture in this game that we call entertainment. The one and only, the king, the undisputed king, Mr. Charlie Wilson. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Nick, man. It's always a pleasure to see you. I watch you wilding out. You just was, I even watch reruns, whatever that is.
I appreciate it, man. You got to come mess with us one time, man.
Shit, y'all ain't even been embarrassed me up in there.
But you know what, man?
What team can I go to? Black or the what? The what?
Yo, well, see, now we done switched it up. We doing old school and new school.
Oh.
And I'm the captain of the old school squad, so you can come rock with me.
Okay, there you go. Now I don't mind doing that one.
That's how we do it. And then, you know what? I as someone who's, been in the entertainment business for a little bit, not only do I admire your resilience, but I don't think you get enough credit for your gift and then the gift that you give to others, man. Like your ability. I know there's been a lot of conversation about who's the king and all of this type of stuff and what generation, but for somebody to have been making records for as long as you've been making records, hit records, #1 records, and still doing it today, I don't think there's anyone else but you that is doing that.
I'm the only one from back in the day
that's
been in the game,
And when you say back in the day, we talking about Gap Band back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah. I mean, back in the day, Gap Band day, but then I started.
Because some people think back in the day is when your solo stuff.
Yeah, they
like,
think
they
back
calling
in the
that
day is
back in
Charlie
the day.
last name Wilson. But
Yeah, they think that's to this generation. That's back in the day.
Yeah, no. I was Gap Band. I was having #1 records then, but I tipped the scale even on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I started doing solo 20 years ago, 2000. Had my first #1 by myself, and then every year after that, I've been having #1 records off of every album that I put out. It's just been a blessing, man. I am resilient. I am one of the greatest that ever played this game.
Talk,
and
Charlie.
I'm not afraid to pat myself on the back
as you should,
or as I should. And you have to have some kind of greatness in you to last this long and not wither and fall. I end up doing a lot of things. You know the story.
Yeah, man.
I did a lot of things to harm myself back in the day. I got back up when everybody in this business told me I was washed up. As a matter of fact, I done outlasted all of the executives that wouldn't give me a chance.
Talk. I love it.
Is over there probably working at McDonald's. Don't want to tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? I done outlived them all, and I'm still making #1 records. And then when they come
looking young, looking pretty, vibrant.
So I mean, I'm good with that, And so man, it's just like a blessing. I got strong belief in God, and I have faith in Him, and whatever. When I got up off the streets, from being homeless and all of this after all that success, and I asked God to give me one more chance at life first and then one more chance at this music. And He just granted me everything I've asked Him for. So I pray every day and every night, and I still pray for you a lot because I know what you was going through and still are going through.
Absolutely.
So, hey, man, prayers go up and blessings
come down.
So,
it definitely changes things, man. You
absolutely.
Put that out into the universe, and the Lord will answer that call. And speaking of, man, like, are we going to see the Charlie Wilson movie? Like,
how many times we done pitched that to so many different people. I don't know. I think they waiting on me to die. I don't know. So they can say what he did, and then he had a show that night and he died. I don't know what you're trying to. I don't know where he coming with from.
I think it'd be a better ending than that. I think it'd be one of those endings where we talk.
The end where it is now. I mean, it's just a great ending. I mean, we're not ending, but it's like
you ongoing.
I'm ongoing.
Yeah.
This journey I'm on. It's like because I'm not racing anything. I'm on a journey, and that journey has presented a lot of things, good and bad. But I've been riding it out. I thank God for the journey, and I've been blessed.
And speaking of blessings and forever doing it, Forever Valentine. Let's talk that for a moment.
Man, what a record, man. Me and Bruno Mars, we talked about this record for so long. I even did some vocals on it.
Yeah.
And then we waited another 3 years, it's 3 or 4 years, and then we got back to it. And
it's the perfect time. Valentine's Day right around the corner.
We missed a few Valentine's. We missed a few Valentine's days, but it's all good because I mean, I think it came exactly when it's supposed to come, and I ended up on tour with him.
Yeah.
And lifting him up and stuff like that. So
yeah, and I think that's the dope thing about you is the fact that as long as I've even known you too,
Yes.
man, the respect that you get and the camaraderie with the current artists.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I get an opportunity to see you. Young Chica, the artist that I've been working with, y'all got that joint. I remember when she first played it for me, I was like, yo, that's fire right there. And I remember even before you were on it, she was like, I just need Charlie Wilson on it. I was like, what does this 21-year-old girl from Alabama know about Charlie Wilson? And then y'all got together and made magic. And like you and Bruno getting together. And we've heard you on everybody's records from Snoop Dogg to Kanye. And I think, well, you tell me, what is it that these young artists relate to so much when it comes to you?
I think they know I can sing.
There it is.
They know I can still sing. And not only that, the flavor, it's the flavor in the voice.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people didn't think. Because a lot of people said I was washed up. I mean, a lot of people kept me out of the 90s, the executives.
Yeah.
Because they kept telling everybody, one executive to another executive, that I was washed up.
Even though there was cats out there doing you.
Oh, yeah, they was out there doing me.
They was doing Charlie.
Oh, they was doing me all day long. But I said, I told somebody one time, and this guy's kind of locked down, I said, the problem is, you took so long to do me, but when you ever give me a song, you're going to have to go sit down. You're going to have to go sit down. Because once my voice is back out there, they're going to know you stole from me. They're going to know these other people stole from me. And then my voice is going to continue on. I'm continuing on, and you're going to be over on the left-hand side of the road.
I remember I was in a couple of them sessions that you talking about. And I watched those cats who were the bosses at that time. I had to step back and just watch you work.
Absolutely.
And you were patient. You were patiently waiting. Like, when I get in there to do me, I'm going to do me.
Absolutely.
And that's where all of that stuff came from, man. So it's an honor. I wanted to, let's talk singing for a second.
Yes.
Just as someone who, I'll say this to this day, Yearning for Your Love is probably one of my favorite songs, especially playing it on the piano. I love, like, the people don't understand. It's a couple of them chord changes that I'm still be trying to figure out. Them ninths and 13ths. That and then the way vocally, whoever arranged that, and now I'm pretty sure, but from that record to Outstanding to the slow jams, like during that time. Because I know it's a whole different process now, but like, how did you guys come up with that? And was that you saying like, yo, I want the 4-part harmony right there, and I'm going to break it down?
No, it wasn't that at all. This is what's going on. We didn't talk about any of that. Like, normally, we start making records. We start with tracks, and they're in there writing the lyrics. Nobody was permitted to bring me a melody. Don't come with no melody. I'm not going to do your record.
Oh, wow.
Because, see, they hand me the sheet with words in it.
Yeah.
And when I get to the microphone, so whatever was coming off the top of my head when it was going down, that's what I sang.
Wow.
So all of those records mainly was first take vocals.
Yeah.
Whatever came off the top of my head, what came out of my heart at that time.
Time has come for us to stop messing around.
Well, that particular record right there was my brother and Oliver Scott. Those guys was afraid to bring me the song. We had just got off the road. We were sitting in front of the Total Experience Studios, getting ready to get out the car and go home, or either go back in there and to do some work. We just got off the road. The bus pulled up. We got out. I was in the limousine because I had to get off and do something. But anyway, I got in the car, and they knocked on the window. I want you to hear something. And I was like, man, come on, man. Let me just play this. I guarantee you, Charlie, you're going to like this record. I was like, okay, play it. And soon as I heard it come on, I sit up straight. And then when the melody came in, I was like, and then when it went off, I was looking, and they was quiet. And then they said,
you wanted to see what your response was going to be.
Then they said nothing. Then I said, okay, let's go.
You was ready right there.
Okay, let's go what? I said, let's go cut it now. Right now? I was like, dude, don't piss me off. I'm tired. Let's go cut the thing right now. And we went in there and cut the vocals. I cut it. I heard it once or twice. I put it in my spirit.
Right.
It changed a little bit because, I was
vibing.
I was vibing and guessing what's on the tape.
Right.
But that was one of the only records that I had a melody to that I followed.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
So you followed that one. What about Outstanding?
No, that was coming off the top of my head.
Really? You freestyled Outstanding.
Raymond Calhoun, he was the drummer.
Right.
He came with this
crazy drum beat.
This crazy drum beat, and he had melodies. But I was switching things around, and he was all upset to come back the next day. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. I said, man, I ain't touching that record. That record's a hit.
and you were right.
And that's what that ended up being. That I switched everything around. He was upset that I had, messed his record up.
And if I have to say, like, what is your favorite record to sing?
From which era?
Of all of them, any era.
Well, There Goes My Baby is one of my favorite records to do that.
That's fire.
Yearning, of course, and Outstanding. Those records are, really close to my heart.
Right.
But There Goes My Baby was it's just soon as when they hear that the crowd just loses its mind and everybody's on their feet, and then when I get to There Goes My, and the crowd just goes in with There Goes My Baby, and man, it's just
because when you go to a Charlie Wilson show, they get the whole run. They get a little bit of Gap Band, they get the new stuff, and then the crowd participation. It's an awesome show, and you putting a bunch of them together for Valentine's Day, for Forever Valentine, and that's a good date night right there.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm gonna give you all of it. Plus, I'm gonna give you all of the Gap Band stuff. Then I'm gonna give you all the Charlie Wilson, the older Charlie Wilson, the new Charlie Wilson. And I'm just going to make a party out of it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. And it's like I said, it's always an honor to sit down with you. And honestly, because, I'm never one of them messy dudes. Like, I don't like to get into people's business and all of that stuff. But you have such a wealth of knowledge and wisdom and have seen, like you said, people come and go.
Yes.
Entertainers, executives. And to sit back as an OG and to see where the game is now, and to know that you got all of these stories and people have, these young cats come in the game, they think they know everything. They think they got it all together. But you're like, man, I've been through the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
I got secrets upon secrets about people.
I got
and
a lot.
you just watch it move. Like, how is it to sit back in the OG's chair and just not only still be a part of the game, but still know that, yo, man, like I always tell people, like, man, I could expose so many situations and so many things, but I keep quiet and just let everybody operate. Is that the wise thing to do? Is just like let people live, or sometimes do you got to step up and let them know, like, nah, youngster, this is how you do it?
Well, I do a lot of teaching. I do a lot of teaching to the youngsters, and then there's a lot of them I'm watching them, and they too arrogant for me to have anything to say to them.
Okay.
Because they think they know it all. They got one record.
Right.
One. And they say they the king.
Right.
You got one damn record, and you the damn king.
Talk.
How can you have one record and you the damn king? I mean, I don't care how many millions of hits you had.
Yeah.
You think that's kingdomship?
Yeah.
You crazy, dude.
And I think what needs to happen, because even outside of the record, we know the numbers and all of that.
Yeah.
But I want ability. I want skill set. I think we need to set a platform where it's like, all right, if you a king, show you a king.
Absolutely.
Sing to the crowd. Show them what you, because again, going back to vocal ability, man, you're probably one of the most developed and just even from range. Like if you try to attempt a Charlie Wilson song, you better had a good night's sleep, took your Wheaties, had vocal rest, all of that stuff, because you're going to start from here and go here and sing anybody. So is there anyone of the yesteryear, this generation, that you like, yo, that little brother got it. He can sing. He's on Charlie Wilson's level when it comes to vocal ability.
I'm going to tell you somebody I like who can sing to me, Stokely.
Ooh.
Stokely can sing, man.
Yeah, man, condition Stokely.
Let me tell you another guy I love who can sing, and that's KC.
Yeah, okay. Okay, little church in them.
Yes, sir. And they can sing, man. I mean, and they're not arrogant at all.
Those are definitely not arrogant.
They're not arrogant.
People who usually have the gift aren't arrogant.
They go and do their thing, and it's like all this Wheaties stuff you got to eat. I had to eat it to gank my own self. I mean, because I know that people are waiting on me to sing. I know that people are waiting on me to do my thing, and I have been run that morning and exercised all the way up, drank a whole lot of water before I get to the stage, and I don't do anything anymore. I don't put anything in my body that has
detrimental.
No, I don't do anything like that. It's been 20. This year is the 25th year I've been clean and sober.
Man,
nothing
gotta
but
applause
water.
that for real.
Yes,
that's a beautiful thing.
Yes, and
again, it goes back to talking about your resiliency. You know what I mean, and not only just in the industry but in life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because how is it when people count you out?
It's embarrassing. I'm using the word embarrassing because I've been some places where they kind of embarrassed me, and I felt embarrassed. I felt belittled. But the whole thing that I was thinking through all of that adversity was, you're gonna bust them up one day. You just keep on. First of all, you got to get off them down here.
Right.
'Cause ain't nothing down here. You got the wrong people down here with you.
Right.
You
right.
need to get up off the curve and then get up.
Right.
And then go take your claim to fame, man. That's what you got to do. And then it just once you're used to doing something illegal,
Facts.
putting some negativity in your body, and it's just what you're used to, and you just you want to have that great and that beautiful life, but you don't want to stop doing this negative thing that you're doing, and so once I quit getting high, it was I just knew then. Y'all ass about to be in trouble, dude. That's everybody. It's because I felt that in my spirit, and all those who taunted me and disrespected me, and those who counted me out and made everybody else think that I was out. I was going for their throat first.
Yeah.
The jugular vein. I was going for them first.
Yeah.
And they just started disappearing one at a time.
One at a time.
One at a time. You lost your little deal. You lost this. You ain't the general manager no more. Oh, you ain't the CEO no more. Where you at?
You don't run
Mickey
that station
D's?
no more? Oh,
You
yeah.
don't run that station no more? Oh, you ain't running Sony. Oh, you ain't running this, or you ain't running that no more?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was all about the occupation and not the man, not the spirit. And
but I knew a lot of people who could have helped me
right.
when I was, dealing with adversity. Could have just helped me.
Yeah.
Put me on a little platform and said, go get it, man.
Yeah.
Get yourself together, and we're going to cut some records on you.
Yeah.
No, they didn't do that.
It didn't happen. Is it?
No.
Is this industry as cutthroat as they say?
They ain't changed a bit. Ain't none of
What do you
changed.
think that energy is, man? We get
It's a
caught
negative. It's a belittling negative energy, and just about all of them got it. You know what I'm saying?
We get in that position and we don't want to help each other.
You say, you got to help me cross.
Yeah.
know-
Or is it we're so focused on ourselves that we don't really worry about the next man? And in our mind, we're always pitted against each other, and it's a competition thing.
Hey, man, let me just ask you this question. If you got to a red light and you seen a blind man that has lost his stick or he's broken and he can't find anything, would you help him cross the street?
Absolutely.
There it is.
Yeah.
You see, nobody want to help nobody get across. You see? If they would have helped me get across when I was trying to get across,
Hey, well said.
I would already been.
Yeah.
I would already been hosting Grammys. I would
Right.
already been whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody wanted to help me cross.
Right.
And those that didn't help me are somewhere else now.
Right.
And hugging me when they see me and patting me on the back.
That fake love.
That's probably what it is, but I'm
Yeah.
smiling at them anyway.
Yeah.
Because I knew
Because you got to be positive.
I'm positive. I'm going to always be positive. And if they need me now, I would help them.
Right.
I would never do that to a person.
Now, interestingly enough, you bring up your sobriety,
Yes.
and we speak even seeing what you made it through,
Yes.
but today I feel like, again, if we talking energy and we talking about this new generation, there's the drugs are different. You know, and we seem to be losing our young artists at a rapid pace, whether it's because of the casualness of popping pills, or the kids that just don't know. I mean, they messing with fentanyl and all of these things where just by taking pills, like they don't have to shoot up, they don't have to smoke. They could pop a pill here every couple of minutes and then, or drink some lean, and then all of a sudden we seeing overdoses. Knowing that, and we joke about it and stuff and say, oh, the artists from yesterday were way stronger than these artists, because you see all the rock stars and R&B stars and funk stars, they still living. But I mean, it's a very serious situation when we losing our young artists at such a rapid pace. What would you say to that? And is it just as simple as the drugs, or is there the behavior, or is it truly the energy?
It's just the behavior. But, we don't have, again, the parents are not parenting. And you're not stepping in to help, and we're not helping these kids, and talking to them about when I was your age, I did a lot of stuff too. But
you was on the rock star status too.
Yeah, but I'm alive to help you. You got to listen to me, son or daughter. You got to listen to me. Right. I'll help you get through this. Right. Because you're gonna take one thing one time, and you won't know that that hurt me so bad. I'm stabbing and beating the walls and bang my head against the wall. I'm screaming, hollering, because now you're gone. Right. But you don't know that you hurt me so bad. Right. But you see, just let me help you. Let me help you. Yeah. So you can help somebody else later on. And we're not talking to our kids enough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, even the older ones who died,
Yeah.
they lied. They kept lying to themselves and lying to everybody, the media. And they told me up about one of them artists one time. I said something, and it was too fresh.
It was too
and
real.
I was telling the truth.
You didn't want the truth.
Man, they told me up.
Just based off of
They
that.
just told me up.
Because you were being honest and
They
saying.
didn't know if they just said, you don't know nothing about this person. But when the news came out.
Yeah. You knew it all.
Everybody knew it all then.
Well, how does it fit? Again, that's
what he died from. You
Yeah.
see? So what she died from.
Yeah. Going back to what we're talking about is from the OG standpoint, or as I like from the eagle eye perspective, from the bird's eye view. You've seen it all. You've done it all, and to still be doing it. If we were to listen to you, I mean, I had this conversation with Quincy Jones quite often. Like, man, you've seen the best of the best and the worst of the worst. Does anything impress you anymore? And does anything surprise you anymore? Because you wake up one morning and this artist has lost their life, or you wake up this morning and this artist is number one. Like, is there anything that moves you emotionally when it comes to today's game?
I just think that this our youth are not strong, man. They don't have no support.
Right.
Support system.
That's what we got to build for them.
We have to build a support system for them because they dying by the handfuls.
Yeah.
And I think that they think that it's cool to die young. You want to die young?
We do hear that. We hear that
quite a bit. They want to die young. Or I did this and I'm going to die young. Like, what's called them now?
The 27 Club.
Yeah, the 27 Club. Man, I ain't with that.
We see you ain't with that.
I ain't with that. You know, where your kids at? Go have some kids.
And let your kids have some kids.
Let your kids have some kids. Let the gift keep on giving.
Right.
What about the gift that keeps on giving?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Nah, that's
so you can die like old man and your great grandkids.
Like kings
your
die.
Yeah, like a king style. Your great grandkids are all by the bed and then you pass.
There it is. Those are words of wisdom, and like you said, to keep on going, keep on doing it.
Yeah.
We gonna see you this Valentine's Day for the Forever Valentine's shows everywhere from Los Angeles on the 14th, and you going to Indio and to Temecula. It's gonna be quite a Valentine's Day.
Yeah. We're everywhere during that week. We're in New York doing TV shows. Kelly and Ryan.
Oh yeah,
Ryan
so
and Kelly.
Doing it big.
Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
It's just. We got radio going through that week and come back here to Los Angeles and do that show, and then we off and running and then I'm back in the studio. I gotta stop so I can get back in the studio.
Come on, man. Can I get in? Can you schedule me in? Can I get some time?
I sure can. I can schedule you in right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right now, baby. You know that.
It's definitely a beautiful situation, and I'm definitely trying to pull up to one of these shows. Cause
why don't you come Valentine's Day? And just
at Microsoft, right?
We'll sneak you in there. You can hang on the stage with me if you like.
Yeah, y'all say I'm scared of Valentine's Day. That's the worst holiday ever created. That day, I get in trouble every Valentine's Day. I can't please everybody. I
said I was coming.
That's one of them days. It's already booked up, Uncle Charlie. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I tell you what.
I'm trying to disappear that day.
Listen, grab one, then come hide. You can hide.
Maybe I invite them all to the show in different sections.
Put one.
And I was on the stage with Uncle Charlie. What you want me to do?
And then we'll expose you on the stage and they can't say you wasn't on the stage.
There. And I would say, shouts out to the special lady in the audience. You know who you are. That's all I got to do. That's a plan. See, Uncle Charlie done fixed Valentine's Day for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man, and we have a lot of fun. We get to have these up close and personal conversations. But even though you my OG, I still got to put you in the firing squad. But I think I'm going to learn some lessons because these are questions that are rapid fire questions, but they're kind of,
I'm slow with that.
Because they're psychological at the same time. See, we always start this one off with a Nico Machiavelli study from back in the day, the Italian philosopher. He had a study about love and fear. And I always ask people that I admire this question. When it's all said and done, or even as you move through your daily operations, Charlie Wilson, would he rather be known as someone who is loved or feared?
Both.
Hey, talk that talk.
You're gonna love me. You're gonna love to have me around you.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be scared as hell when you gotta come on behind me.
That's what I'm talking about. That's it right there. Speaking of fear, Charlie Wilson's biggest fear.
Not showing up to the 150%.
I heard that.
Like
Not giving your all.
I'm scared to death if I don't rise to that occasion. It scares the hell out of me that I don't rise to the occasion.
That's
but
real.
if you ever see me start sweating,
yeah.
if you sweat and say, oh, he's on his way there.
Yeah, he got to get there.
He going there now.
There it is. Lighten it up a little bit. Favorite movie of all time?
Color Purple.
Ooh, that's one of mine, too.
Color Purple.
I tried to tell Oprah that one day. She thought I was making fun of her. I walked up to her. I said, you told Harpo to beat me? That wasn't the thing. That's not the first thing you say to Oprah. But I was trying to show her that I love the movie.
That's my favorite record. I cry every time I get that Joker, man.
Man.
When she get girl go back to church.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
with the
man.
Sister.
Oh, man, I be crying like.
Man, come on. Talk that talk. Best piece of advice.
I was married now.
I was married now. Until you do right by me, everything you gonna do. We can quote that all day.
Go on all day. But that's one of my favorite ones, man. And that one, and of course, I still love Wizard of Oz. I was a little boy when I seen it. I was Wizard of Oz, you know.
The OG one, huh?
Yeah. Black, why you didn't say Wiz? Because I didn't see Wiz until I was a grown man.
Yeah. Facts. That makes sense. Makes sense.
Wizard of Oz.
Best piece of advice you've ever received?
Charlie, I don't give a shit what's going on. Love God first, then love your wife. Next. And that's it, and that's all.
Wow.
God first, and then your wife.
God
and everybody else is over here.
Wow.
And I mixed all that up one time. And it got all that shit was messed up. It was all messed up.
It's the order.
It's hurting my wife, everybody. I'm just letting that go down. I wasn't even paying attention to it.
Yeah. You got to have that order.
You got to have that order.
Yeah.
God first. You got to put him first and your wife next.
I heard that. Worst piece of advice you've ever received?
Come on, go with me.
Let's take this ride.
Take this ride.
I heard that. All right. I would say this. Worst job you've ever had?
I only had one in my whole life, and that was making salads in a restaurant in the kitchen. They called me Salad Boy.
Oh, he said I got too much talent to be in here making salads.
Yeah, it was. But basically, it was actually two jobs. That was the first. I didn't really call that a job. It was one at Sun Oil Company.
Okay.
And I was fixing the cars and feeding this machine with these cars, and they get jammed. I had to wrap around, put them in there. And I was just in there beating because it.
Oh, you could hear the rhythm.
I hear the beat, so I was
it
going,
was calling
and
you.
So everybody took lunch, and I come back, and the boss was like, Mr. Wilson, you got to go to lunch.
He said,
I shake my head beating. And then he came to me and said, hey, man, one day he said, you know what, man? You're the only person I've ever seen that never took a lunch break and never stopped his job until the end of the day. And he said, what you want to do? I'd love for you to have a job, a desk next to my office. And I said, hey, man, I'm glad you came here because I got something to tell you. Today, I'm quitting.
Oh, wow.
I'm finna go do music.
Wow.
And he came to the show one time, and he came back and said, man, if this don't ever work for you, man, you can come work for me. Work for me.
Wow.
And I said,
but it worked for you.
I said, hey, you ain't got to worry about me coming back, dude. I'm not stopping till it work.
From that day on.
I ain't never stopped.
Ain't never stopped. So also, this brings me to most prized possession. Do you have anything that's just like near and dear to your heart, a prized possession?
It's my wife is the closest thing to my heart, man.
Talk it.
That's it. I mean, I'm telling you right now, man. If it wasn't for her, I would be dead already. I'm just telling you right now. Yeah, she saved my life.
All right.
When I got to the rehab, she saved my life. She was the one that was there, the doctor there.
Wow.
And when I left out of there, I left out of there with her.
All right. I heard that.
And they was betting that I was gonna have her smoking.
I
never turned around.
Wow.
Never had a relapse in 25 years. Never, ever had a relapse.
That's beautiful, man.
I've been drinking water ever since.
And that, you know what? And water is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
It saves lives. But I got to say this. Aside from all that, or even including all that, in all honesty, your biggest guilty pleasure today?
Oh.
Because we know you done left all of the bad stuff alone.
Yeah.
So what would be your guilty pleasure now?
That's some of that junk food.
What is it? What's your snack? What snack you snacking on?
Let me tell you something now. I had a. Now you don't supposed to be eating this kind of stuff before you go to sleep. Now I had a bag of Sugar Babies.
Oh.
The Sugar Baby lollipop one.
Yeah.
I ate 2 lollipops and 2 bags of Sugar Baby and just had them and couldn't go to sleep.
See, I knew you was a man of my own spirit right there. I can't stop eating candy.
Yeah, I can't. I
Sugar
do it, man.
Baby, Sugar Daddies,
Sugar Baby,
all
Sugar
of
Daddy,
that. I'm
and
right
all of that.
there.
And if I look and see a Snickers, it's over.
Oh, it's a Reese's Peanut Butter Cups,
All
Twix.
of that. All the Reese's.
I'm right there
I
with
had
you.
one in my pocket and she made me take it out. I had it, and then I set it down, and then I picked up the this, cause I had this in my pocket.
Oh, right, right.
And I had
some candy with it.
And I had the Reese's, the little one.
Yeah, the Reese's Peanut Butter
so I
Cup,
had
just
that,
the
and I
one.
felt it was soft, and I was like, "This gonna melt in my pocket."
All right.
And I took it out.
Every day I be having the chocolate melt in my pocket. Man, we
Yeah,
the
it's
same.
like the same.
We are the same. So this is interesting. Been in the game so long, and we ask every artist this, but it'd be interesting to know yours. Have you ever had a fan out moment, like somebody that you was excited to meet, like that first time you ever met her?
I gotta say this.
Well, all right.
She probably gonna flip out if she ever know.
What?
Look, I got an award. This lady, she Halle Berry. And ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Wilson. And I got the award. So we walked off the stage, and I was gonna say, I really appreciate it, and I just stared at her. I stared at her. It had to be at least 8 minutes.
Wow, Halle Berry made Charlie Wilson
like
freeze. Like, you all right?
You all right? You all right? You gonna say something?
Wow.
I just stared, man. That's the first time I ever said it.
That type of beauty. She
Man,
had that queen aura.
She was. It was just like, she's such a fan, and she comes to shows sometimes,
Yeah.
and I just was like, I stared at her because I was gonna say I really appreciate you, and if we ever do this movie on him, my wife wants you to be her.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to say any of that. I was just staring.
Just staring.
I
That's
didn't pull
Halle
out my
Berry.
glass because I had none on. Jenny must say, "Did you do this?" But I stared so long. I felt uncomfortable.
Well, that's funny.
After a while, I just said, "Okay, can I take this picture?"
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's she's such a great actress. And,
That's a great story.
Yeah.
So I always ask this, and it's gonna be interesting coming from you.
Yeah.
One album that you can listen to for the rest of your life. You can't listen to nothing else. You got to play this album over and over again. Which album is that? By any artist.
It would be Stevie Wonder. Either it's got to be Talking
Keys
Book.
of Life.
It had to be Talking Books. It was right before the interview Songs of the Key of Life.
Yeah.
It was before that stuff. It was when he was coming into them synthesizers and all that,
Yeah.
like Music of a Man and Talking Book. That one or the other. I will just listen to it all over again. Because when I was like 15, 14 years old, I was listening to that record.
Wow. So,
And I heard it for the first time in headphones.
right.
And I could hear everything.
Everything, all the sounds.
All the sounds, and I was burned up after that.
There it is. And that moves me to my next question, because earlier we talking about everybody calling themselves kings. Mm-hmm. And as we know, you're one of the innovators when it comes to the styles that are going on today. When it comes to your top 5, it could be who you've been inspired by in your career. It could be your fellow counterparts. But what is Charlie Wilson's top 5 artists in your opinion? They could be the top 5 kings or however you see it. But when you list it off and it's only 5, who you going with?
Let me see. I have to go way back.
Please.
I was listening to James Taylor when I was a kid.
Ooh.
He was so.
See, cats ain't really gonna understand who you talk about when you say James Taylor. That real blues.
Yeah, it was like it was him. It was of course Sly and the Family Stone.
Okay.
It was Donny Hathaway.
Gotta give it to Donny.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie.
And
one more.
It was oh my God.
That last one is always the hardest. But you done threw Donnie and Stevie in there. I would say Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke, my brother.
I was just about to say
Sam Cooke, man.
Sam
Thank you.
Cooke.
Sam Cooke. That. Oh my gosh.
Those are definitely, when it comes to singers and people I'm inspired by, I would include you in there as well. When people ask me my favorite singers that I'm inspired by, the top 5 singers all the time, Charlie Wilson, Stevie Wonder, Sam Cooke, Donny Hathaway, and then I gotta say Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
That would be my top 5, right?
See, the reason why I said Sly, because I was in a band. I had my own band. So Sly and the Family Stone was a band, him and his brother.
Right.
So that thing that had some.
You had some other skill sets you got to be on.
Had that thing on me, it had a hold to me because he had his family's band with him.
Right.
And so I would have said Marvin Gaye's by alone, standing on the microphone and just killing the game. But I didn't think about him like that. I thought about just because I came from the band's perspective. Yeah.
There's no right or wrong answer. Those are some powerful ones right there. And speaking of power, we asked 2 questions about one word. The first one we said, what's your favorite cuss word of all times?
Shit.
He says it like a player too. Okay, no shit. It means so much. And then, in all seriousness, the way we end the Firing Squad each and every time, we've seen your journey. We know your legacy. When it's all said and done, how do you want people to remember you? What's that one word that best describes Charlie Wilson?
Resilient.
Ooh, I knew he was gonna say that. I felt it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a powerful, up close and personal conversation with the resilient Charlie Wilson.